Look at my cat. She's so weird. Okay. So, don't mind my hair. It's like day, I don't know what, of quarantine. But it is time to do a reading on Carole Baskin's husband. And this hat is too big for my head. And Travis Maldonado from the Tiger King documentary. Yeah, I just want to make it very clear that I might use this for a photo shoot later. So I'm not gonna let you see the rest of it. And this never happened, but since I'm in the mood of Tiger King documentary, we're just gonna keep it that way. Even though this is like leopard print and tigers are not leopard print. But we're gonna get down to business now. Let me tell you guys, even though this documentary was like a little like off, of course, and of course everybody watching it during quarantine, I thought it was hilarious at points because of Joe and the way that he acted. The things that weren't funny was Travis Maldonado, you know, and his accidental shooting, and then Carole Baskin talking about her husband so casually, like he didn't disappear. The only part I didn't watch was Carole Baskin's interview and what she exactly said. And I did that for a reason, because I was like, oh, because people had already told me that Carole Baskin, you know, killed her husband, all this stuff. So I was like, okay, let me not watch that for a good reason. So I didn't. I also didn't go deeper into it yet until I did the reading. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys what I saw, what was going on, and then we'll go from there. Let me start with Travis, because you know what? I'm sure he didn't like that bitch either. All right, so now I'm gonna show you all the images that I saw for Travis, and it was kind of short, but it kind of got straight to the point because I haven't watched it fully yet. It's kind of been like in and out for a reason, because I wanted to read these two. So if there's anything that makes sense to you, tell me. And that's it. Okay, so the first image was sandal type shoes. Now, it looked like the kind like anybody would wear, like plastic ones or something, that, and I'm going to show you a picture of what I drew of what it looked like to me. Next one. Did anyone say he was alone? He was not. So I don't know if anybody said he was alone during this or what the case exactly was, but it was very clear to say he was not there alone. There may have been someone else around that wasn't in his good interest that he thought they were. So I'm gonna keep going. Who told him to put the gun at his head, or where did he put it to where they told him to? Somebody enticed him to do that, or like encouraged it. They were just like, oh yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like a person like him would be like, oh, it's not gonna shoot, let me put it to my chest or you know, my temple or whatever, and let me find out. I just don't see him being that person, if that makes sense. So, and this is where I kind of figured out what was happening. Do I have proof? No. Does anybody? No. But since things are coming out, we're just gonna go ahead and go with it. Love affair issues. I heard you're messing things up, or you're messing up the flow. It sounded like it was from somebody else to him, or somebody else thought that about him. So I'm just keep that in mind. I'm not exactly sure. Like I said, I've watched bits and pieces of it. So whatever that means, if you think you know, tell me. He went back to, okay, so he went back to me because after this, I had actually read Carole Baskin's case with Dawn Lewis and everything, with her husband that supposedly disappeared. And then I went back to him. So whenever I went back to him, this is what he said. So I went back to discuss Carole, and he said, I thought everyone knew by now. I don't know what to say about that, but it's pretty okay. I do not, okay, so this was very clear what he said. I did not kill myself. And he said it like I did not. Like, he wanted to make that very fucking clear. Next thing he said, I trusted people. I don't know if that was just him reflecting on his life and being like, you know, I trusted people too much. You know, I did this and I did that, and I just trusted too much. So that may be what that was. I had issues and someone did not make it better or help me in the right ways. So keep that in mind. I don't know who that was referring to. It may be a group as a whole. It could be. And this is my day, I don't know what anymore, of quarantine hair. So losing my mind. Okay. So, and then I felt out of place for a while. So that could mean a lot of different things. So I'm gonna leave that there. Next case. Carole Baskin's husband, Don Lewis. Let me get in the vibes. I know it almost sounds like I watched the documentary, apparently, but no, I didn't watch this part. And I also looked, this is the knife that I saw. This is the first image I saw, okay? Being very objective about the case. I looked into that exact knife because I wanted to know what exact knife it was used for, what its purpose is, because I don't know. Because it was very specific, like it had that little curve, and I'm pretty sure you know what that is now because I looked it up, and its purpose is to cut meat and big chunks of it and cut off like fat or whatever. That's its purpose, basically. So anyways, I'm gonna go past that one. Now, the second one, which is very significant, I feel like it makes sense now. Argument is what I saw. Was he thinking about leaving Carole? Okay, that made me think that. Were they arguing at some point? Do you think she was fucking nuts and was just like, I don't want to be here no more? What was it? And then I ended up looking into a part of that because I looked up, you know, like whenever I read, I look up certain names and then a certain like word. And then whenever I did, apparently she was having a fight with her ex-husband. And that's when she met Don because she was walking down the street or something after she had a fight with him. And then she met Don. So I don't know if it was referring to that as to how they met, or she also was having an argument and then with Don, and that's how everything kind of started about like him not wanting to be with her or something. And I asked again, I was like, so what happened? Like what can you tell me anything that happened? And then he was like, she didn't look for me. I think he's smart enough to say that because she didn't look for me, meaning if I was her husband and she loved me so much, why didn't she act like she was looking? And I don't know if she did or not. I don't know how far of extent she went to help look, but I mean, it makes sense that he said that. He was tired for a lot of reasons. So the next thing I seen, it almost looked like a metal. At first I thought it was metal. It looked like a slider, I seen a piece of metal that was like this, and then I had a piece of metal under it, but it was tilted downward, like a feeding metal slide. But then I was like, okay, if it's narrow, you know, a lot of the times I do see narrow bodies of water. It looked like grass was on each side with very high trees on each side as well. That may be close to their house or something like that. That maybe somebody thinks nobody knows of. So the next one, water. And it looked like it was more brown. Like it was kind of, not nasty water, but just, I guess nasty. Like it was more brown than clear, pretty body of water. And I did see foam, like ocean, you know, like ocean foam or something in this body of water. So I heard laughing. From a man or woman, I don't know, but it sounded like a mocking laugh. So I did ask, are you passed? Have you passed? What is it? What's going on? I did see a briefcase, like an office briefcase, and it was like tan, it was not tan, it was like a brownish color, like an orangey brown type color. Maybe something inside it has significance to the case. Or someone who rhymes with sterile has it. Next one was late night on water. Next thing he said, it was 3 words: I got booted. Now I've never even said that expression. I've never said that expression, so I was like, okay. I also saw an image of someone popping pills out of a thin metal package, like, I don't know. It looked like a woman was doing it, and it was like, you know, the metal packages that you have, like, you know, any kind of pill in, and you have to like pop it out. That's what it looked like, and it looked like orange or blue. And that was whenever I got the thing that said I got booted. So there's a lot going on here. I hope that law enforcement is doing what they said and looking deeper into this. Do I think that they're going to find all the answers? I don't know. And that's because it's been so long. People assumed just because she saves animals' lives or whoever that things like this wouldn't happen and that he would just disappear for some reason. A lot of things don't make sense apparently with the case. I'll look deeper right now. But I know they all have looked deeper by now. So I want to know what you think about it so I can look deeper into that part and keep going with it, because it just, I mean, come on. And being an advocate for animals, being somebody that's worked at clinics for a long, decent amount of time, she was not correct in her way of saving them. She did not save anything. I think her ego and I think she did it for herself to make her feel wanted, or there was something that she's missing in her life that she wasn't getting and she's not getting. I don't think she'll ever be happy. And I think that she's just, it just doesn't make sense. Because it doesn't make sense, people want answers. What I said, I want you to pick and poke out of that, because usually what is said is most important the first time around. If you haven't noticed, like with people that my clients, they'll tell you the same thing. So let's do that. And that is all. Bye, guys.